They moved a river. Then, they buried it under 10 million cubic meters of concrete. The reservoir that now stretches behind this monumental structure is larger than the entire city of London itself. It generates 5,150 megawatts of power, more than double Ethiopia's entire electrical output before its construction. Standing at the base of the Hoover Dam offers a profound sense of scale. But this project, vast and audacious, surpasses it in sheer width and ambition. It was built by a nation that financed every single cent of its $5 billion cost over 14 grueling years, employing 25,000 workers without the aid of the World Bank, the IMF, or a single foreign loan. Yet, this colossal undertaking was born from a crucible of geopolitical tension. Downstream, two nations, bound by the very river Ethiopia sought to harness, threatened war to stop its completion. Egypt, reliant on the Nile's lifeblood, conducted military exercises codenamed Nile Eagles, openly rehearsing strikes on the dam site. The world watched, holding its breath, but they built it anyway. On September 9, 2025, Africa's largest dam officially opened. The man who inaugurated it spoke with a clarity that cut through the years of diplomatic friction. "This dam," he declared, "is not built to harm Egypt. It is built to light up our homes." This is the story of how Africa's most controversial dam, its most ambitious mega-project, rose from the desolate plains, defying both nature and geopolitical pressure. In 2011, nearly half of Ethiopia's population, 45%, lived without electricity. Not intermittent power, but absolute zero. Hospitals relied on noisy, unreliable generators. Factories, the engines of a nascent economy, fell silent after dusk. Across 3 million square kilometers, the vast majority of the nation remained shrouded in darkness, a profound silence settling over communities as the sun dipped below the horizon. The human cost of this scarcity was immeasurable. But Ethiopia held a secret weapon, a geographic blessing. It sits upon the headwaters of the Blue Nile, the very source that delivers 85% of Egypt's vital water supply. The chosen construction site was a narrow, formidable basalt gorge, a mere 14 kilometers from the Sudanese border. The contract for this unprecedented feat of engineering was awarded to Italy's Cellini Impregilo, a firm that would later evolve into WeBuild. On April 2, 2011, the foundation stone was laid. The project that promised to reshape the Horn of Africa, for better or worse, had begun. Before a single liter of concrete could be poured, an entire self-sustaining city had to materialize from the arid wilderness. WeBuild constructed housing for 10,000 workers, a private airstrip to ferry in critical supplies and personnel, 2 massive bridges spanning the nascent construction zones, and an intricate network of roads designed to handle the ceaseless flow of heavy machinery. On-site concrete batching plants became the beating heart of the operation, absolutely essential. Once a continuous roller-compacted concrete pour commenced, it could not, under any circumstances, be stopped. The rhythm of construction became a relentless, unforgiving pulse. The dam's intricate design emerged from the drawing boards of Studio Pietrangeli in Milan, while geodata engineering meticulously tested the foundations, scrutinizing every meter of ancient basalt. The first monumental challenge presented itself with the Blue Nile itself. During the rainy season, its waters surged to an astonishing 8,000 cubic meters per second. The river, a force of nature, had to be moved. The gorge, measuring 1,800 meters at the dam's axis, offered a foundation of solid, ancient basalt. But before any concrete could touch this bedrock, the entire foundation had to be meticulously cleaned, stripped bare to its pristine rock. Every weak zone, Every fissure was painstakingly removed and then graphened to ensure that not a single drop of water could ever seep beneath the colossal wall. With the foundation finally ready, the gorge prepared, in 2013, they dared to do something unprecedented, something no one had ever attempted on the Nile before. They diverted the Blue Nile. They simply moved it. The most storied river in human history, its waters flowing for millennia, was redirected for construction, a silent, powerful testament to human will and ingenuity. 4 colossal diversion culverts, each a testament to raw power and meticulous engineering, were carved directly through solid rock. Each one stretched for 210 meters, a formidable tunnel 8 meters wide, blasted and bored into the ancient bedrock. This is not merely a channel. It is a temporary artery for one of Africa's most mythic rivers. Through these precisely engineered passages, the entire Blue Nile, a torrent carrying thousands of cubic meters of water every second, was rerouted. The river, a force of nature for millennia, was now confined, channeled through these man-made tunnels. The combined discharge capacity of all 4 culverts was staggering: 14,700 cubic meters of water every single second. A controlled deluge designed to hold the untamed power of the Nile at bay. And then, a moment unprecedented in recorded history. The main river channel, once a raging artery of life, lay utterly dry. For the first time, at this very site, the mighty Blue Nile stood still. Its ancient currents silenced, its immense power momentarily suspended. Into this newly exposed barren riverbed, 10,000 workers descended. The raw, open ground, once submerged beneath churning waters, became their construction floor, a vast, dusty canvas for an impossible dream. Every single location for every dam block was subjected to relentless scrutiny. Rock core samples were extracted, analyzed for strength, tested for permeability. No detail was too small, no margin for error tolerated. The foundation of this monumental structure would be utterly unimpeachable. Nothing was left to chance. These same 4 culverts, having served their purpose in redirecting a river, would later be permanently sealed. As the reservoir began to fill, they would be plugged with concrete, entombed forever beneath the rising waters, a silent monument to their temporary yet critical role. Beneath the colossal structure, a hidden network of defense lay waiting. A sophisticated drainage system comprising 4 longitudinal galleries at different heights was meticulously embedded. Its purpose? To capture any water, even a single drop, that might dare to seep through the dam's immense foundation, ensuring unwavering stability. Upstream, the Hoover Dam stood as a defiant wall against the river's latent power, sealing off the entire work zone. Behind its formidable barrier, a canyon, once vibrant with the rush of water, now lay completely dry, an immense empty space perfectly prepared for the first pour of concrete. On the exposed riverbed, the precise footprint of the main dam was carefully marked. Block 1, the inaugural piece of what would become thousands, stood ready to be poured, the very first tangible step in transforming a vision into a colossal reality. The material chosen for this audacious build was roller-compacted concrete, or RCC. A marvel of modern engineering, it contains almost no water, almost no cement. To the untrained eye, it resembles little more than damp gravel. Yet, once compacted, it behaves with the unyielding strength of solid steel. Each layer of RCC, precisely 300 millimeters thick, was meticulously compacted by powerful vibratory rollers. Then, with unwavering precision, the next layer was placed directly on top, forming a continuous monolithic structure, rising steadily from the earth. On site, A dedicated laboratory meticulously developed a special RCC mix uniquely formulated for the extreme conditions. This proprietary blend featured extended setting times, engineered to contend with the relentless Ethiopian heat, a bespoke solution born of necessity and innovation. Imagine standing on that bare riverbed, a desolate expanse stretching out before you, utterly devoid of any man-made structure. Now, fast forward just 10 years. In that relatively short span, a monumental wall, 170 meters high, would majestically rise from that very same emptiness. The dam's entire construction history is etched into its very fabric. Those distinct horizontal lines visible across its face are not mere aesthetic features. They are a chronological record. Each layer represents a week of tireless work, a testament to the relentless, methodical progress. The upstream face, the side that would directly confront the immense pressure of the reservoir, was not left as bare RCC. It was meticulously clad in conventional concrete, forming a stronger, denser, and ultimately more impenetrable barrier against the relentless force of billions of gallons of water. As the RCC cured, it generated a significant amount of heat. To manage this crucial process and prevent any potential cracking, 31 thermocouples were precisely embedded within the concrete. They constantly monitored every single degree, a silent, vigilant watch against internal stresses. At the peak of construction, the scale of the operation was almost incomprehensible. 100,000 cubic meters of RCC were placed every single month, a relentless, around-the-clock endeavor, 7 days a week, pushing the boundaries of human capacity and engineering. Meanwhile, a mere 5 kilometers away, a second dam, known as the Saddle Dam, was simultaneously taking shape. Standing 60 meters high and stretching for an incredible 5 kilometers in length, this structure was built from rock fill, a stark contrast to the concrete behemoth of the main wall. The Saddle Dam played an equally critical role. It was designed to close a natural low point in the reservoir's rim. Without its imposing presence, the immense body of water, once contained, would inevitably find a path around the main wall, rendering the entire project futile. Two dams, intricately linked, forming a single, unified project. The towering main wall and the expansive Saddle Dam together would completely seal the entire reservoir basin, creating an artificial lake of unprecedented scale. 3 massive spillways were meticulously cut directly through the dam's body. These are not just channels, they are emergency release valves designed to prevent catastrophic overfilling of the reservoir during periods of extreme rainfall. Each of these colossal spillway gates weighs hundreds of tons. They are operated by powerful hydraulic rams, precision-engineered to respond instantly. One single failure in this intricate system and the consequences would be dire. An uncontrolled release, a force of nature unleashed. On each bank of the river, 2 colossal powerhouses stand as mirror images of ambition and engineering. 8 turbine units hum on the left, another 8 on the right, poised to harness the raw power of a redirected Nile. From the vast reservoir, penstocks, each a gaping 9 meters wide, plunge deep through the dam's colossal body. Water, under immense pressure at full head, will surge through these conduits, a liquid force capable of reshaping landscapes and destinies. The very heart of this immense power generation, the turbines themselves, were supplied by GE Vernova. These are not mere machines, they are chonking masses of iron and steel, electromechanical marvels assembled in the remote, rugged gorge of Ethiopia. A truly global collaboration converging at a single, transformative point. 16 Francis turbines, each one rated at an astonishing 375 to 400 megawatts, Their alignment, a feat of precision engineering, is critical down to mere hundreds of a millimeter. A miscalculation, a fraction of an error, and the resulting vibration would tear apart the unit in a matter of weeks, reducing millions of dollars of investment to twisted metal. The stakes are impossibly high. The powerhouse structure itself is a monumental undertaking, rising 40 meters skyward. Within its concrete embrace, it houses not only the spinning turbines, but also an intricate web of transformers, sophisticated control rooms, and vast crane bays, a self-contained city of power generation. Once generated, the electricity is stepped up to 500 kilovolts directly at the dam. From there, it begins its long journey, carried by overhead lines to a sprawling switchyard located downstream. This crucial hub then connects to Ethiopia's national grid, extending its reach across the nation, and simultaneously feeds vital export lines stretching into Sudan, Kenya, and Djibouti. By 2020, the dam wall had finally broken through its maximum flood level. The sheer, hard structure, the concrete behemoth, was essentially complete. Its crest now soars a staggering 170 meters above the original riverbed, a height comparable to a 50-story skyscraper, a man-made mountain in the heart of Africa. It required 10.7 million cubic meters of roller-compacted concrete, making it the largest RCC gravity dam ever constructed on the entire continent. Deep within the dam's body, drainage galleries form an intricate network, 4 longitudinal tunnels connected by cross galleries. Their purpose is eternal vigilance, continuously monitoring and draining any seepage, a silent promise of integrity for centuries to come. The diversion culverts, once blasted through solid rock to temporarily reroute the Nile, are now permanently plugged with concrete. The river, in an act of profound engineering, had no other path. 2 controlled outlets, integrated into the main dam, stand ready to release 830 cubic meters of water per second, a precise measure for average annual flow management, a delicate balance of control over nature's rhythm. The upstream face of this gargantuan structure must remain absolutely watertight against the relentless, crushing pressure of 74 billion cubic meters of water, not just for years, but for untold centuries. Over 100 instruments are meticulously embedded within the dam's concrete body, silently, continuously measuring every minute movement, every shift in pressure, every fluctuation in temperature. Every single reading from every instrument feeds live into a central hub. If the dam moves by a mere millimeter anywhere, they know immediately. A testament to unwavering precision and constant oversight. Adjacent to the main structure, the saddle dam presents its own monumental scale. A concrete face 60 meters high, stretching 5 kilometers long, forming one continuous, impermeable surface. At the saddle dam's toe, a sophisticated filter and drain layer stands guard, designed to capture any seepage through the rockfill, providing an additional layer of safety in depth. Together, these 2 titans hold back an unimaginable 74 billion cubic meters of water, creating the largest reservoir ever conceived in East Africa. The dam's crest, transformed into a vital road, now connects the 2 previously separated banks of the gorge for the first time in recorded history. A bridge across a chasm, both physical and metaphorical. One river, $5 billion, and a continent irrevocably changed. The Nile, ancient and revered, now flows under a new master,